Welcome back to Studio South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today you guys join me in this beautiful big bus called the Opel Zafira Life Edition. This car, straight into the facts, this car produces 110 kilowatts and 370 newton meters of torque. And let me tell you, off the bags, it doesn't sound like much. And also for myself, when I read it the first time before I even went to the launch, it didn't sound like much, right? But having driven the car, it's more than enough for this vehicle. This vehicle is very capable. It does go when it needs to go. So I just don't know when there's a full load of people how it is, but I have had 4 people in the car with me and it felt like I was alone. So the power figures do justify it. But before we speak about the power and the drive of the vehicle and all of that, you know how we do it this side. We speak about exterior, interior, and then we move on to the drive, and then the things I don't like, the things I like, and then we close off the review. So this car, this is the Opel Zafira Life. Exterior, I like the look of this vehicle. I wasn't a fan of the look of the vehicle in front, and right now, not that I'm not a fan, it's not my favorite part of the car. I like it from the back. I like the back, but more especially I like the side profile of this vehicle. It looks amazing. The side profile of this vehicle is just insane. For me, it looks just looks amazing. And I've gotten people have been telling me that this car looks like the Mercedes-Benz V-Class, not specifically the V300, but more to the likes of the Viano, the Vito range. And when the people told me that, I didn't see it until literally today when I was at the car wash, and then I was looking at the car, but it looks like the V-Class from literally the Vito Viano from one angle only, and it's by the back where the sliding door is to the rear light. It does look like the Mercedes-Benz vehicle. But other than that, people say it looks like the car from the front, the back. I honestly don't see it except for the part I just mentioned. So actually we are shooting this review in traffic, but we'll speak about that some other time. So going back to the looks, I do like the look of the car on the outside and the inside. And speaking about the inside, the interior of this vehicle is a very nice interior. The seats are cloth seats because this is the entry level one. So there's 2 models, the entry level, this is the edition, and then there's the top of the range, which is the Elegance, and I'm in the entry level of the edition. And trust me, when you're inside here, it doesn't feel like the entry level because it has so much features that you wouldn't think it's an entry level vehicle. There is blind spot monitor, you wouldn't think an entry level vehicle will have that. It has front and rear sensors and a reverse camera and a 360 or a top view, I should say. So now, does an entry level vehicle have that? No. So obviously the only way you'll notice an entry level vehicle is when you start asking yourself questions like, where are the leather seats, stuff like that. That's when you notice, oh, this is the entry level. The doors as well, they don't open themselves. The entry level doors do open themselves. So I'm not going to speak too much about the top of the range because I'm going to get there on test, so I'm going to need to do a review of that one as well. So this one is speaking about what this one has. If you have any questions about what the top of the range has or what you'd like to know, comment down below, and when I shoot the review of that one, I'll surely touch on that. But interior looks amazing, nothing fancy. It does have pedal shifters, and trust me, when at launch, I asked myself, why does this vehicle have pedal shifters? I don't need pedal shifters in a vehicle this big, but trust me, you do need them. And why? Because sometimes on an incline, the car does tend to hold on a gear. So that's where I'd prefer to change, and that's exactly where I change for myself. So the pedal shifters, they do work. I do use them. I never thought I'd ever find myself saying I do use pedal shifters in a vehicle this big. But moving on to the power and the drive, the power is sufficient for this vehicle. For the size of it, it gets the job done. The vehicle has cruise control, a very nice feature. Entry level vehicles don't get that, but this one has. Very nice feature. The power is good. I do like the power of the vehicle. Overtake me, ma'am. Anyway, I do like the power of the vehicle. It's sufficient enough for this vehicle. I didn't find myself wanting more power over here. So this car is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and what do I think of it? You know, I love it. It's the same one that's found in the Opel Mokka and many other Stellantis products. I'm not sure. I think it is. It should be. It is the one that's found in the Jeep Gladiator, the one I had so much fun in. So, speaking of the Jeep Gladiator, if you haven't watched my launch review of that one, click the link in the description box below. I will link it there. Check that video out, and yeah. More now is to speak about the things I like and the things I don't like about the The things I like. I have to start with the good on this side this time around because the bad is just one. And yeah, let me start with the good. What I like about the vehicle, I like the exterior look of the vehicle, more especially the side profile. 2, what I like about the vehicle, I like the drive of the vehicle. It drives very nicely. I enjoyed it. Like, it drives quite good. 3, the fuel efficiency of this vehicle. Now, let me touch on the fuel efficiency of this vehicle. This vehicle right now, let me just check. I have done 754.4 kilometers since I've gotten the car, and my range to empty is telling me 360 k's to empty. So you can easily do over 1,000 k's long distance driving. And mind you, this is mixed. So I've been doing highway driving and city driving. Like right now, some of them are residential area driving. So obviously that does take your fuel efficiency up. But I've been hovering in the 87s since I've had this vehicle, and I did go towards the 8s. But that's just because it's a combined cycle. But I know open road highway cruising 120, 110, you can achieve the claimed efficiency. I believe you can. The claimed fuel efficiency is 6.3. I didn't test it if I could get there because I don't want to reset the fuel efficiency, because I've done that in another car and then it reset everything. So no, I don't want to do that. But I believe you could get close to the number, if not on the number. There's 3 things I like. Now the bad, literally there's only one thing that I don't like about this car, but you get used to it. It's the steering wheel. When the car isn't moving under, let's say 10 kilometers, like you see you park in the car, for example, yes, the steering wheel is a bit heavy, slightly heavy. But once the car's moving, like rolling like this, the steering wheel is light. So I don't like the lightness of it, because I feel as if it's too light for my liking. Like it's a bit too light for my liking. Literally, just one hand, the car's moving. Like here's my other hand, literally one hand. That's how light it is, and it's a bit confusing that how it's light when you're moving, but it's heavy when you're stationary or slow maneuvering. That's the only thing I don't like. Now, I'm gonna speak about, do I like the car? Would I buy the car? Would I recommend the car? Do I like the car? Most definitely. Would I buy the car? Most definitely. Would I recommend the car? Most definitely. Why would I recommend this car to people? The reason being, if you're looking for something practical, family vehicle, or even a transporter, what do you call these things? Shuttle services. You're looking for something that will get people from point A to point B. This car does that perfectly, because it has the space, the driver's comfortable, so the driver and the passengers of the shuttle service will be happy, and your family will be happy. But also another thing that's important, the fuel efficiency is good. You won't find yourself having to stop every third garage, or you can shoot do a trip on a single tank. And that's why I'd recommend this vehicle. Looking at the competition, I haven't driven many other MPVs, I believe that's what it's called. So when I say bus, I call these things buses. They're huge. I haven't driven many others. I've literally only driven one on test. I have one on test, and that is the Ford Tonio. And comparing it to that one, it is a better car in literally almost every aspect, except for the fact that this one doesn't have charging port. Charging port usually has one here in front, whereas the Ford had lost count. It had so many charging ports. This one has a lot of 12 volt sockets. I think I've counted 5 or 6 12 volt sockets, but there's only one USB input point. But other than that, this car does trump the Ford Tonio. Fuel efficiency definitely. The ride, yes. Steering wheel feel, no, Ford is a bit better. But overall, as an overall package, this one is better than the Ford Tonio. So I would recommend this alongside that vehicle. I haven't driven the Hyundai Staria. Hopefully I'll get a chance to drive that some other time. I haven't driven the VW Transporter, because that's what this one competes with. I haven't driven that, so I can't comment on that vehicle. I haven't driven the Vito from Mercedes-Benz, so I can't comment on that. So literally, I'm only comparing it to the Ford, because that's what I've driven. But other than that, this vehicle is a good buy. I would recommend it to someone alongside those vehicles. Like I always say, go to the car, go to the garage, test drive the vehicle, and tell me what you think. Pricing of the vehicle, this car, when it was launched, it was 749,900 rand, so 750,000 rand. But it's been a few months since the car's launched, and I believe the car will just be maybe 20,000 rand more. But I'll go on the site and I'll put the price down there below. But yeah, there's the price of the vehicle. Is it a good vehicle? Definitely. Is it worth the money? Most definitely. That's the full review of the Opel Opel Zafira Life Edition. The Elegance is coming soon. So we'll be reviewing that as well. But from Nicky Nash, no, I got that wrong. From Switcher, South Africa, I'm Nicky Nash, and I hope you guys are liking the content. Tell me what you think about this bus, and yeah, I hope you guys stay tuned for the next review. Very interesting. Yeah, keep it locked.